Welcome back to another episode of Broccoli Speaking. I'm your host, Erickson. Hopefully you guys are doing great for episode number 3, because we are talking about procrastination that we all do, that we don't want to admit that we do, and we do it all the time. Basically, I do it all the time. As you can see, I'm supposed to post weekly. I am posting basically bi-weekly, and it's not by choice. It's by pure laziness in my brain, because I know I should be recording for you, but I don't. But that's what we're going to talk about this week, because everyone goes through it, even if they admit it or not. It happens and it fucking sucks. So we got to talk about ways to revert that and always go get that out the way. You know what I mean? Move that out the way and just get to the goal. Like, just do it. For instance, for me, just to give you a background, it takes me about roughly, depending on if I do re-records or whatnot, 20 to 30 minutes tops to record an episode, because they're usually less than 15 minutes. And I'll sit there and I'm like, I'm ready, hype myself up all day, like all week. All week, right? I dream about the next type of episodes, what I'm going to talk about. I'm like, man, it sounds great. I fucking can't wait. And I sit here, right, after I drink the coffee in the morning, and I sit here and then I'm like, damn, I don't know if it's going to be good. Knowing that I made this podcast for myself, you know what I mean? And then have other people experience shit that I think about, or I have no one to talk to about like that, because I'm fucking wild. And then I go, you know what? No one wants to hear it, and I toss it aside. And then I go about the day doing absolutely nothing, other work and stuff like that. But it's like, what I'm trying to focus and grow on, I'm not investing the correct time in. But yet I'll tell my friends that complain to me, like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I tee off, like, boom, boom, boom. Look, do this, do that, write it down, do all this stuff, set alarms, or whatever the case is. I give them a whole rundown. Like, I'm so fucking put together. They're like, whoa, how does he do it? And I'm just like, but no, I'm not at all. I'm not at all. It's so much easier for me to tell a friend as helpful. I'm not demanding him or her to do it. It's just like, I'm just telling you, it's like, do it like this. And they seem like it looks like I'm so well put together, but shit, I'm a fucking mess. But that's what we're talking about this week. So before we really get into it, think about, what did you procrastinate about all last week? Or you can even do Monday. Shit, Monday just passed. I would love to know what's that one thing it is. And do you acknowledge that you're doing it? And do you try to fix it, or you go, you know what? I'll just wait tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day. We're young. Do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. It kicks us in the ass later, man. It actually makes it harder for like myself to record on the days that I'm not supposed to record. Because I sit here, the drive is there. It's not like the drive isn't there, but it's a different type of drive. It's more like I'm forcing myself to do it. And then instead of me being in that moment, it's just like, man, I want to hit this button and then give you guys the most profound shit possible, So how do we fix being the procrastinator? I don't have anything for you. Any wise wisdom, except you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Don't worry about doing it for others, because a lot of people, depending on what they're procrastinating about, it's usually based on other people's thoughts of them doing X activity. Like for me, I want to grow, right? The podcast, perfect example. And it's how my brain works. And I know other people are the same exact way. I'll sit here, I'll post something, and I'll do all the supportive stuff. I have friends that I talk to, and, I still communicate with, blah, blah, blah. So it's not like I'm just asking blindly for support without, reciprocating it in any other way. But I'll sit there, I'll put something out, and I'm like, man, this sounds really good. Right? I do the promoting, and then when I don't get the feedback that I want from the people that I thought would hold me down, not saying that, oh, we're friends, let me just like it or say it's good because it's good. No. That's not what I'm asking at all. No, I don't want that. We already talked about that last week, about that fake love shit. It's nice to hear it sometimes when you want, like, look, I really want this to grow. Hold me down. But when they don't even reply back or they don't even just do it on their own, like I'm on their timeline, bro. It hurts a little bit, you know, then you get discouraged. And I guess that's feeds into the procrastination of, well, should I keep going? And then you got to think about most successful people. It wasn't, they woke up one day and just got fucking lucky. It happens. Some people get lucky every fucking night. Though overnight, they went from nothing to something. It happens, especially on TikTok. But for the most case, you got Bill Gates, you got a whole bunch of people. I'm not going to go through the list. Everyone knows these people. And they kept doing the same thing. Rejections or no support, doing whatever they have to do to get to where they are now. And that's the only thing that makes me turn off that procrastination switch. It's like, look, you keep doing it, you show your passion, you're going to get the right people. You're going to touch the right people. And if you're selling something, you're going to sell to the right people. If you have your own business doing t-shirts or 3D, whatever the case is, like you're going to reach somebody at some point, but you got to be consistent. And you got to be proud of what you're doing. And you got to carry that pride with it every time you either interact with someone or try to sell something, or if they purchase something off you and you can do a local handoff or you mail something out. It's like you do it with the pride, like be proud of it. Same reason why you're proud of your kids when they do the simplest things. You're just like, or somebody else is like, okay, but it's like, but that keeps them going. You know what I mean? It might sound like, well, that's the fake love you always talk about that you don't like, but it's not. It's more encouraging. You know, you're praising the action. You're not saying, oh, it's the bomb. Like, yeah, you know, it's straight trash. No, that's different. And I think that's where we need to focus on right there is ourselves first instead of others, because that dictates the decision. No matter how much you don't agree with that, it's fact. Like the internet now, what we do is to get seen on social media, to get heard, to be trending. You know what I mean? Like I would love for one of these sections, somebody to cut it up and put it as a reel and it just blows up. You know how cool that would be? We all chase it. We all chase that. No matter how much they go, no, I don't need that. You know, back in your mind, you want that because everyone wants that. So we just need to break that cycle by just focusing on what you need to focus on daily. And you do it no matter what. That's the end result. You just keep doing it because it makes you happy. I do this because I need to vent out. Because back to the original point, it wasn't to try to gain this Joe Rogan popularity. It's just me speaking. Half the time it won't even make sense to y'all. Or you go, well, he's just running in circles. But it's just like, I'm just speaking. This is like my therapy. So if you need this type of therapy too, just listen along with me. You know, we can get through this. But I think that's really it. Once again, this is just me. Just wanted to touch on that and just give a brief message. So keep it real and stay brolic.